Welcome back. You're watching Newslink. Now, the precautionary suspension of a State Agency Affairs Board CEO, Mamodupe Mohlala, has raised numerous concerns. The board's move to suspend follows reports from numerous whistleblowers and the report from the Public Service Commission on maladministration and misappropriation of pension funds. Spokesperson for the Independent State Agency Network of South Africa, Pitlana Ramokgopa, joins us now to talk more about this. It's a very worrying situation, the developments that have come out over the last few days. But according to your understanding and engagements that you've had with different stakeholders within the industry, what is happening at the agency?
Good morning, Rofhiwa. Thank you so much for having us. Instability. Instability that has been going on for at least for the past decade. We've noted at eNCA that since 2010, no CEO has actually finished their term. This instability worries me because it worries us at eNCA because right now the most critical mandate that the PPRA has is the mandate to transform the industry, a mandate that it has been struggling to fulfill for some time for various reasons. But with the new PPA, the new Property Practitioners Act, we see an opportunity for this mandate to finally be fulfilled.
Talk us through that transformation in the sector, because in your statement that was one of the big highlights that disturbs your organization with the suspension that has now been initiated. Transformation in the sector, how far or how little has it come?
Not far at all. It's stagnant. We're talking about a over 7 trillion industry in the country that is completely not transformed in 2022. We still have just under 20% of principals in the industry being black. The majority are still white principals. The majority of agents and agencies within the industry are still white owned, and we're really in need of that transformation.
No, absolutely. You've obviously also now called for ministerial intervention, for the minister to get involved and intervene in some way. What is it exactly that you're looking to get from Minister Kubai?
We'd like to see the minister as well as the board at PPRA to take specific steps to ensure that stability does ensue, to take specific steps to ensure that stakeholders do not take advantage of this time to create more instability, and just to ensure that this transformation mandate is seen through right now at this critical moment. And
there are concerns that that's not going to happen while they deal with these investigations of maladministration. I mean, in your statement, you said that this is a destructive culture of politically motivated, fictional grievances, media leaks, and frivolous whistleblowing. You know, explain why you describe the current situation in that way.
So we understand that the suspension does not necessarily equal instability, but we understand that the industry's dynamics are not for transformation, and if they were, the industry would be transformed by now. It is the PPRA. Our only hope is the PPRA. If the PPRA does not step in and roll out this transformation, then we have no other hope.
No, absolutely.
As the regulator.
No, absolutely. And I mean, as the regulator, while they deal with the suspension, I mean, with the current state of affairs that you're seeing, what do you think is the medium to the long-term outlook for the industry, given that you've highlighted that the biggest concern is the fact that there is a lack of transformation? Is it open for the opportunities for young black people interested in the profession to get in it? Just talk us through some of those.
The current situation is that small and medium businesses within the industry are struggling to grow. They lack entrepreneurial support, they lack support from the PPRA, and they lack support from government in terms of assisting them with the necessary resources that we need to grow. It is extremely difficult to compete with the larger brands that exist in the industry. And you can tell that the larger brands are not interested in transforming, otherwise it would have happened by now. You only see most of black-owned agencies operating in the townships or in predominantly black areas, but you don't see them in high market areas. You don't see them in You don't see them as much in the suburbs. You always see the larger brands. If this continues, it will make it very difficult for small and medium businesses to absorb workers, to make an impact on our employment statistics.
Talk us through the sector in general. I mean, just based on your experience over the last 2 years with COVID, as an example, the difficulties you face in terms of being able to operate, buying, selling, that kind of thing.
Our biggest difficulties are, again, just the resources to get ourselves out there, to compete with the larger brands, to be online. Our biggest difficulties is actually just getting stock to sell. Because you get, there's misconceptions in the industry that smaller and medium agencies maybe do not know what they're doing. Sometimes the larger brands actually perpetuate this misconception. Of course, it's a very competitive industry, so we find it very difficult to compete.
Now, very interesting insights there. And I suppose just a final thought from you, in the immediate term, what are you hoping to see?
We're looking to see direct access to the transformation fund for our members, for small to medium-sized businesses. We're looking to see the development of principals in the industry, and we're looking to see interns and full status agents being encouraged to become principals so that they can open outfits that will absorb other previously disadvantaged people into the industry.
Thank you very much for your time this morning, and good luck, and hopefully the Minister will heed your call so that you can share your grievances and hopefully get that transformation within the sector. That's absolutely important. Thank you very much for your time there. Pitlana Ramokgopa joining us to talk through that suspension, but also transformation in the industry and how that's being hampered by the instability that we've seen with the regulator over the previous period. Let's